Good evening. A full-blown crisis is gripping the Andrews government tonight, with Senior Minister Luke Dinellan forced to quit cabinet because of branch stacking. Day one of IBAC's long-awaited inquiry was dominated by explosive evidence of systemic corruption and misuse of taxpayers' money. Live to Mark Santomartino on Spring Street. Now, Mark, Mr Dinellan had no choice.
None whatsoever, Pete. We knew this would be uncomfortable for the government, but didn't expect such a massive head to roll. And on day one of evidence, no less, Luke Dinellan was named as part of a faction, a group of MPs who are raising money or paying thousands of dollars themselves to renew the party memberships of their supporters, to either maintain or improve their party within the Victorian Labor Party itself. That forced Luke Dinellan to resign this afternoon, but Pete, it was far from the worst we heard in evidence today. Anthony Burns swore to tell the whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
As the first witness called to give evidence in a 5-week hearing investigating Victoria's Labor Party power brokers.
I thought the party was completely out of control. I'm referring to branch stacking. I'm referring to coercion of staff. A party that basically was being taken over by one person whose sole objective was power and power alone.
That person was Adam Somyurek, who was forced out as a Labor MP last year after 60 Minutes and The Age exposed his use of taxpayer-funded staff to recruit members and control their vote.
We're going to bring in all our young Labor people that we've just got. Real little slimy little f***ers, right? Little passive-aggressive gay kids, right? It's just sort of doing what they do.
Somyurek was just as provocative on Twitter today, pointing out Daniel Andrews and I went into Parliament in 2002. What a coincidence.
Mr Somyurek described the Red Shirts affair as a, I quote, premeditated and systematic rort and systematic corruption.
Martin Foley was the only Labor minister fronting cameras at today's COVID media conference.
No, that's not my experience, but nor will I be taking your invitation to go down the public commentary.
They are very troubling because they go to the heart of the state government, but they're a matter that the Labor Party can sort out, not me.
It's corruption Mr Byrne witnessed and played a part in since the day he was elected in 1999.
It took place within your office?
It did.
The federal MP admitting he hired recruiters on the public purse, knowing they'd never work a day in his office at the request of Adam Somyurek.
You employed him for months? He
Yes.
was paid for months?
Yes.
And he never once turned up to your office?
No.
Mr Byrne reserving his biggest bombshell for Luke Dinellan, naming the minister as part of the faction raising thousands or personally paying for their own supporters' Labor Party memberships, forcing Mr Dinellan to resign from cabinet. I accept that I have previously breached party rules while a minister. Let me be very clear, I never misused public funds. Luke Dinellan joining Mr Somyurek, Marlene Kairouz and Robin Scott as the fourth minister Daniel Andrews has lost to the scandal, savaged by former Premier Steve Bracks and Jenny Macklin.
It is clear the problems of branch stacking go beyond organisational inertia, poor culture, the administrative process and systems were poor.
Mark, the Premier has issued a statement.
Well, to no one's surprise, given how careful he's been around questions regarding IBAC, the Premier hasn't responded to today's evidence specifically, Pete. Instead, he has praised Luke Dinellan as a proud advocate of children, people with disabilities and the elderly, who has helped transform some of the state's care systems. Who will replace him hasn't been decided just yet, but the question on everyone's mind tonight, with another 5 weeks of evidence to come, is who, if anyone, could be next. Pete?
Mark Santomartino reporting.